All right, this is Eric Hunker, Front Row Report. Today I'm sitting here with Kimberly and Junior from One Eyed Doll.
Hi.
Thanks for taking the time to sit with us today, guys.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Let's start out with the new album, Witches. Very, very different. The fact that you guys chose to use acoustic instruments for most of the writing process and recording, but it's still amazingly heavy. And a little bit of a theme with the Salem witch thing, which appealed to me because I lived near Salem for 4 years of my life. So can you talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the album and what made you choose those instruments? And
well, I mean, basically we had been living in this bus in the Redwoods and jamming a lot of acoustic stuff. And right around the time where I read the story of a lady named Mary, who was one of the executed people during the Salem witch trials. And her story inspired me to write a song called A Rope for Mary, which I actually wrote on acoustic guitar.
okay.
And I really wasn't planning on writing an album, but the more I read, the more I wanted to learn, the more I was inspired to write. And then just within a few days, this album was totally written. And we had just been jamming all this acoustic stuff in the woods, and it all just fit together. And
Yeah, one thing that we like to do is just now all the cell phones have these little voice recorders on them, you know.
Right.
And anytime we kind of come up with a cool melody or a little riff, or if we're just jamming and something cool happens, we record it onto the phone, and we have those that we can go back to, and you know, whenever we want to kind of flesh out a song, you know, then we've got these little riffs and melodies to choose from.
Yeah.
And it just really worked out perfect because, you know, she got inspired and wrote all of these, you know, songs for the lyrics, and then we've got this whole group of like acoustic kind of jams that we could kind of interweave in there, and it really made for a. I don't know, the creative process was so easy on this one. It just kind of came out.
In fact, we weren't planning on writing an album. We had another album that we were going to release next.
Okay.
It's just about finished. That was on the schedule.
That would be the Committed?
And that was supposed to be next. And
Yeah.
Kind of fell to the wayside?
Help it. We just kind of like just burst out this music and decided to put it out next. It's like because it's so fresh on our minds still. And
That's awesome.
it was just inspired, you know. It was the story of the Salem witchcraft hysteria.
But you used a lot of the actual from the transcribed recordings. You actually caught lyrics from that. Is that right?
Yeah, I read a lot of the court documents. They're all handwritten. There's a university that's posted a bunch of stuff online. You know, actual scans of the stuff that you can read through, and some of it's in bits and pieces, but you can get the gist. And some of the things that were actually said, I kind of plugged into the lyrics. And so if I hope that the album will inspire people to learn more about this event and to do their research, and when they do, they'll hear little things that call back to the lyrics. And,
Very cool.
yeah, it's
Very, very cool. Now, there's like you said, in the studio, there's so many layers to this album. There's so much going on. Do you worry that any of the newer songs will translate live? Since it's, I mean, and don't get you guys, the two of you make an amazing amount of sound for the two of you on stage. Do you worry that they'll translate live well?
yeah. There's songs that we play live because they sound great live, and then there are ones that are just on the albums, and it's not something we really worry about.
Okay.
Yeah, we just approach both, you know, recording as one art form and performing live as another art form. We're not really trying to recreate the album when we play live.
Right.
We're trying to do something that really works on the stage when we're playing live, and something that is really cool on the album when we record the albums.
Yeah, you know, we jam the songs, and the ones that are really fun to play live we'll throw on stage, and you know, the ones that are just meant to be on the album, that's fine too.
A lot of these, I would really love to do an acoustic show so we can play some of the
Ooh, that would be very
softer.
cool.
We got our buddy Damien on violin on a lot of the album, and he actually did one tour with us where at our VIP after party in the bus we played songs with him with banjo and mandolin and acoustic guitar, and he had violin, and that was really special. And I think a lot of this album would translate well that way too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now you guys have, like you've already said, you've redefined what it means to be a road dog. Can you share some of your funner moments from the road?
Oh, we went to NASA this year.
Heck yeah!
Oh,
We've
we're
had
at?
a lot
Is that
of
right?
field trips. We've had a lot of
Yeah.
band field trips on this one. We got to hang out at NASA because we have a fan who works at NASA, and so we got to go.
And we happened to
check
have
it
a day
out.
off after Houston. The place we play in Houston is called the Scout Bar,
Okay.
and it's literally on like NASA Avenue,
Yeah.
and it's like a block and a half from the Johnson Space Center. So,
It's just a little skip
and, you know,
over
and they're
there.
like, you know, Houston, there's a problem. That's what they're talking about is this place. So,
Is that place in Houston?
yeah, and there's a space shuttle out there. We took pictures with the
So
space shuttle.
Oh,
There's
that's
the
awesome.
Saturn V, which is just this massive. I mean, you can't imagine how huge this rocket is. It's so huge.
It's so awesome. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
we had this really cool fan who brought us to NASA, and then one day
That's awesome.
in Fort Worth, on one of our days off, we got to hang out at a fire station, the Fort Worth Fire Department.
Yeah, we went out on a couple calls.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
That's
they
cool.
took us on fires, and I got to wear the fireman outfit and climb up the 100-foot ladder off of the fire truck all the way to the top, and roll up the hose and do this like training thing that they do.
Oh,
where
the
you're
little crawl and
blindfolded.
stuff?
Yeah, with the big old tank on your back with the full suit on.
Oh,
and
they
crawl
put you
through.
for the full regimen that
Yeah,
day, did they?
and
Yeah.
the snippers, not the jaws of life, but the snippers. The
Oh,
snip things.
yeah.
We got to do that. It was really
Yeah, we
fun.
got
Oh,
to
that's
break a chain with
It's,
the snippers.
it's better
Very
than
cool.
Disneyland.
It was very
And
cool.
then one of the firemen accidentally left his hoodie on the bus, so I've been wearing it for the whole trip.
That's really cool.
So,
So this is our headlining tour. This is the first time we've done a like big U.S. headlining tour since we started playing with a lot of headliners. We've been doing direct support, playing right before the headliners on most of
Right,
these.
right. I saw you last year with Mushroom Head here.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Very
And
good
so
stuff.
this is the first time
We
where we're
love
calling
those
the
guys.
shots, and we were like, you know what? We're taking Monday and Tuesday off. Nobody goes out to shows on Monday and Tuesday anyway, and we're gonna do fun stuff on those days. So.
Oh, very
And
cool.
Promo, really.
Yeah,
That's when
we're
we're supposed
working
to
too,
schedule
but-
all our stuff on those days, but
Yeah.
if there's an opening, we'll definitely go to a fire station or something.
Cool.
And we got to hang out in Fort Worth in the is it Fort Worth?
Yeah,
Where
Fort
it's like
Worth
super
and the
Texas-y.
stockade. We went to the
Stockade.
Longhorn
Oh.
stockade.
Did you
It's
go
like
to
it's
did you
like
go to
a-
the elephant, the white elephant, or the pink elephant?
No.
Mm.
It was the one of the original warehouses in the stockyards.
Oh wow, yeah. Well,
There's
you know
so
more about it
much
than we
to
do.
see. Oh, you should have been there with us.
Yeah.
Next time you're coming with.
So no problem. I'll come down to Fort Worth. with
Well,
you.
Kimberly, I got to ride on a Longhorn.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
I
really?
rode-
How
I
was
rode a
that?
cow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
And
Yeah,
I mean, we've had a blast on this tour. It's been really fun, and we've been trying to show our crew a good time, and a couple of these guys, it's their first time on the road, and Melinda, our merch girl, it's her 5th time out with us, so we just really want to spoil them this time, and as much fun as we can have, we've been having, and then on the flip side of that, we've been working really, really hard on this one, so it's been really rewarding, and the turnout has been great on this tour. It's better than we expected.
Excellent.
This has been sort of an assessment to see what we can do as headliners out there on the road with local support, working with local bands, and it's just been it's blown our expectations. I wasn't expecting a whole lot,
That was a
Yeah.
conscious decision to only use
Yes.
local
Yeah.
openers?
This time, just to see where we're at in different markets and see where we need work and all that. But man, it's been
several sold out shows.
had a few sold
A
out
lot
nights.
of pretty much all the shows have been packed. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it's good.
Let me ask you this one. When you play like the bigger things and you run into people you've never met, do you still get starstruck at all whenever you run into the right
yeah.
celebrity?
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
totally-
met
I-
Alan Parsons one time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I almost fainted. Actually.
For those who don't know, he produced Dark Side of the Moon and classic, producer like legendary.
Physical
producer.
graffiti.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got to love a little.
Yeah, he's like 8
Parsons.
feet tall.
Oh,
His
wow.
hands were like this big.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
It's like, hello, I'm Parsons. I'm Kim. What's my name? And I just was like, thank you for all you've done. Like, I just, it's such a big part of who I am is some of the music that he's made. And that was, I got to fangirl really bad on Jeff Scott Soto.
Oh,
recently.
I love Jeff. My God, he's
Yeah.
in everything anymore.
You know, he has a new album.
Yes, I know, Inside the
Soto.
Vertigo.
Yeah, Soto.
So good.
Find the
Yeah.
link and put it in your thing, please.
So
It's
good.
a great album.
Oh, it is.
I own it. I absolutely love it. He's just, his voice is just...
Jeff is one of those guys
He's
who,
the best.
all the way back into Axl Rudy Pell, Yngwie, I mean, wow, one of
Yeah.
the best voices in metal.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt, without a
The
doubt.
best, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's number one for me.
I don't know if
And
you've heard our
we-
cover of "I'm Viking."
No,
We
I have
covered-
not.
Yeah.
Because...
For real. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, you know-
Tonight, maybe?
No,
Not
no,
live.
Not tonight?
No, no,
We
no.
don't
it's-
have the physical ability
Well,
to
the
play the song,
version-
I
but
guess
we could
that's
do
true.
it in the studio.
I guess
Well, the
that's true.
version that we did was on analog synth.
Oh, okay.
We had Jason played 2 analog synthesizers, which obviously we don't tour with, and because we wanted to do a different take on it, like a fresh take, and we did this. It's like it's got like the song already has this awesome hip hop beat to it, you know. So we just we did
on
it that
that.
way, and obviously I sound like a squirrel or a Smurf or
No,
something.
no,
so
no. She just totally.
I'm
nails
no
it.
Jeff Scott.
I'm gonna
Soto.
let you hear it after we're done with this.
Cool. Very
I'm
cool. I'd
no
love to hear
Jeff
that.
Scott. But we, so we covered this song, and we showed up. We went to this show at NAMM. It was like a jam night, because our buddy John Moyer, he's the bassist of Disturbed.
Yeah.
Really great guy. We actually co-wrote a song with him recently. That's coming soon. But he was playing, so we went to go check him out, and we got to meet Jeff Scott Soto there. I didn't even know he was going to be there, so it kind of took me off guard, and I fangirled really
Yeah,
bad.
I walked up to him and I was
I
like,
just
"Hey,
about to
Jeff,
cry.
I'm in this." I was wearing a One Eyed Doll hat, and I was like, "I'm in this band, One Eyed Doll. We covered your song, I'm a Viking." He's like, "Where's the girl?" He grabbed my shoulder, and I was like, "Oh, she's over there."
Oh my gosh, he knows I'm a girl.
Ah, that's awesome.
No, but
Yeah.
so we got to. He was super, super sweet, and so we've been talking to him ever since. And now he's a buddy, and he's super supportive. And he's listened to our new album, and he like gave us a great review.
Very
and he's
cool.
just been really, really cool. And you know, maybe you'll see us get together on something in the
That would be
future
cool.
because he's just
He finds
the
a way to
coolest
get
dude,
himself
man.
involved with everything, so you never know.
Well, he's just so talented. He's just got so much talent. You know, he's just got.
Yeah, he's
just
unbelievable.
He can do anything. So it's just like if it comes up, he can totally nail it.
Yeah.
Like it's just absolutely. But like tell everybody, you know, spread the word. Get that new album.
Indeed. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Soto. It's just it's easy
Yeah,
to
Inside the
find.
Vertigo is what it's called. It's really, really good. So you still get starstruck then. So let me
Oh,
ask
yeah.
you, if you could have any dream jam, who would you want to jam with? And it can be more than one person. You know, you can assemble a band if you want to. Who would be your dream jam?
I get my dream jam every night.
Ah,
I knew it.
What more could you want, really? I mean, for me.
Cool.
I would like to jam with Terry Bozzio, I think.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I was actually in a band with his son for a while.
Is that right?
And you know, we met and stuff, but we never actually played music together. So
Very cool.
I thought that would be pretty cool.
So you got to jam with some DNA at least.
Yeah. His son's a really good drummer.
Cool.
His name's Raynon Bozier.
Okay. All right. Changing gears just a little bit. Let's
Well,
touch.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I do have one. I had a dream last night that we were on the Faith No More tour,
Oh, nice.
and that Mike Patton liked us.
Very nice. You know what?
And that was like,
you know what?
somebody-
You
and I
guys
woke
would
up
be a
and I
perfect
realized-
fit for Ipecac Records.
I think that would be awesome.
When I woke up, I was so sad because I realized, like, oh no, he doesn't know who we are. We're not his favorite band.
I can't
We're
believe
not
that.
on that
You
tour
guys are
right
right
now.
up Mike's alley.
I
Yeah, you're
mean,
perfect for that label.
Perhaps.
I mean, the Melvins put out a record on that label every
Let him
5
know.
months. So.
Let him know, man.
Yeah.
You can help spread the word. And,
All right.
maybe
I
he
will
can-
do. I will do my best.
Maybe he can realize we exist, even if he hates us. I'll just be happy with that. It's fine.
All right. I'll do.
I'm so
I'll
glad
do
they're
whatever
touring.
part I can play in it.
We are totally going to that show. After tour, they're still going to be touring a little bit, and we are going to go probably to the one in San Francisco.
Cool.
So going to be there. I'm so excited.
Okay. Changing gears just a little bit. Got to touch on your Facebooks or your YouTube success. You guys, your videos are played constantly on there. In particular, "Be My Friend," which is just hysterical. Can we talk a little bit about the YouTube and the Be My Friend. And
Yeah, we were just hanging out with our video director last night.
Last night, Patrick Kendall, our director, was at the show. So we played that song and dedicated it to him.
Yeah.
So
He's made, the same guy did Be My Friend, Committed, and You're a Vampire.
And our new video that's not out
just
yet.
got finished making.
Oh, really cool.
Mhm. We just got finished making a video for the song Afflicted, which is on Rich's album.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome. We've been, working on the editing and all that stuff. So.
Oh, very cool. Very, very
It's
cool.
gonna be awesome. But yeah, Be My Friend. That was a.
I gotta ask, does Jeffrey Nothing really taste like chicken?
I can attest to having put my lips on his mask several times to get that shot. And I got laryngitis from it.
Yeah.
How do you prepare Jeffrey Nothing? Is that like a dry rub? Do you got to slow cook him? How do you prepare Nothing?
Well,
brisket's like a slow.
I actually am the one that ate him.
Okay.
She stabbed him and got the cutlet.
Yeah, he's the one.
But
was he tough?
It was salty.
No, it was salty. It was he was very salty. Yeah, but he was tender.
Good. On a side note, just announced Jeffrey's family's going through a little bit of a personal trauma. His young wife just announced that she's in stage 3 colon cancer. So
man.
Jeffrey and his family are going through a tough time. So shout out to them, people. If you're a prayer saying people, say a prayer for Jeffrey and his wife.
Yeah, hang in there, guys. We love you.
Yeah. It was just announced today, actually. I think that that news came out.
Oh man.
You guys have been super busy since you got together. I mean, since 2005, pretty much like 10 albums. It's like an album a year minimal for you guys. Just for those who don't know, how did you two come to me? Because I know that Junior, you were involved before you actually started playing in the band. You were still doing production.
Yeah.
How did all that come to pass for you guys? Like, where did you meet?
I was actually, we both moved to Austin in 2005.
From the Northwest.
Yeah.
Not knowing each other.
Yeah, she came from Eugene, Oregon, right? And I came from Sacramento, California. And we both ended up in Austin. And I was looking for the best band in Austin to be the first CD that I made in my studio that I recently moved from California to Austin. And, so just like a resume piece, And I was just scouring and looking for all the bands in Austin. And I finally, she was in this band called Ghetto Princess at the time.
Yeah. Which
is basically One Eyed Doll, but it was an earlier incarnation. So it's still the same song. She played Committed, and a lot of the songs we're familiar with now. But and I found the MySpace page, and I was like, wow, this is great. There was, I think the MySpace page had CJ and Run, Committed, Overdose, and maybe one other song on there.
Like Suckerfish or something.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, this is great. So I went to the show at Emo's in Austin, and there was only a handful of people there, and she just totally...
We were itty-bitty still.
Yeah, she was just totally destroyed, and...
you guys always destroy that. Every time I've seen you, you do.
And I was just like, okay, I gotta get this band to record. So I went and I gave her a CD, and I was like, I want to record you guys, like, let's make this happen. And they're like, whoa, that's cool, but we're homeless and we live in a school bus and we don't have any money.
We literally lived in I had a 4-window school bus. It's a short yellow bus that we parked in different venue parking lots in exchange for playing at that time in Austin. And so we were, dirt poor. And, just had like a box fan that we used as our AC that we try to plug into places to get power, and there's just no way that we were going to be able to pay for a real studio album to be recorded. So Jason worked out with us to paint his house. He lived out at Nebula's Ranch at the time, had this cool old style Texas house out there, and we painted every single room in that house a different color. And
it was all this kind of like sandstone pink.
Okay.
And I hated the inside colors. Like, I love the house, but it was this terrible color that I couldn't stand. It was like a kind of pukey pink, and I was just like, get rid of this.
That's like Southwestern, But
yeah,
so we just painted every room like purple and blood red and black and green.
Yeah. So that was awesome.
Yeah, so we spent a whole summer doing that and just exchanged hour for hour for studio time. And we were finished with that. We started recording Whole.
Okay.
And over the course of my next several albums that I recorded with Jason, mostly in trade for labor, I went through several lineups in the band, and eventually he joined the band. By the time we recorded Break,
Okay.
he joined the band. And, you know, he's played instruments on every album from the very first one. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's been here all along. He's been my longest standing partner. in
So when you look
music.
at the timeline, his name is second longest on it.
After her, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, can we talk about your deal with Tegan Guitars? And when is your
Trading.
drum deal coming? Yeah. When's your drum deal coming through, buddy?
What? Crush? I've been
Like
with
2
Crush
years
Drums.
ago.
Are you still?
for
Are you still?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
with Crush Drums for many years.
He's with he's got Crush drums, Zion cymbals, and Evans
Evans Heads, yeah.
Nice.
heads and Promark sticks. He's good. He's taken care of.
Yep.
We
So,
got
there's,
good
everything-
family.
so those
everything
guys,
on
at
the
least
stage.
you got somebody taking care of you on that respect. Somebody taking
Yeah,
care of your
the
equipment.
Yeah,
tour
we've got
has
a
been-
great relationship with Crush.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The tour has been completely sponsored, all of the gear on the stage.
Awesome.
And we have our
We're-
cool little shirt that we made to kind of thank everybody that's been helping
We're
us
working
out.
with Diodario,
Awesome.
Dawes. We're going to be doing a lot with Dawes.
They make electronic drum pads.
Yeah. We've been playing around with they have these really cool, like super high tech drum pads. They're really cool and they're really tough. We didn't get to work them into this set, but we're gonna go home and start playing with them right when we get home.
Yeah, so, and then obviously Black Star amps.
Black
We've been doing a
Star.
lot.
Yeah, I saw your little mini amp.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see
You got the big
amps.
ones
The
on
full-
stage
the full blown tonight?
Yeah, and you know, Traeger guitars I've been working with for many years.
5 years.
Yeah.
I've got my signature line of guitars
Yeah.
with them, and there's more coming out.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
We're
Oh, cool.
actually selling quite a few of those, so that's really
Yeah,
cool. Her
we sell
signature
them on our
guitars. So.
website, and we've just been. They're just part of our family. It's just
That's awesome.
we wouldn't be us without them right now. It's just they make the best guitars I've ever played. There's nothing more that I could want, you know. And yeah, highly recommend. If you're a guitarist out there, check out Traeger Guitars. They do direct now, so.
Do you think that the guitar helped define your sound, or did you already pretty much have what you wanted before that?
I'm sure it has. You know, we've just kind of like become who we are over the years, and I think that is part of it. You know, and the pickup I use, the Seymour Duncan Vader, is a big. I've been using that pickup for years, and whatever guitar I have, I'll gut and put that in there. And so yeah, I mean, there's a lot that makes up our sound. I think that those Traeger guitars are a big part of it. I'm really grateful for that. And it's a boutique little company. It's a mom and pop, and I'm proud to support that. They're out of Pennsylvania, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Small
I did not know that.
town.
Yeah, I used
Nice
to live out by
folks.
there. I've lived a little bit everywhere in my life.
Yeah. Well, you gotta go by and check it out sometime.
Cool. I'm actually on my way out there for a show in 2 weeks, so I'm going right through it again.
Oh, well, man, you gotta stop by and say hi to Tony.
Okay, Tony.
Yeah, Tony Gariello.
Okay. So your sound and your formation. What bands when you guys were young? Who inspired you? Like, did either one of you have like one of those magic moments where all of a sudden you were just like, oh my God, I know what I want to do. I want to be a musician. Did either of you have that, or did you just slowly realize? it's
for
what-
me, you know, I grew up listening to a lot of really great bands, like all the Pink Floyd and Zeppelin and Genesis and Yes, and the Beatles and
Right.
the Beach Boys, and there was a lot of really great music obviously happening back then. So, and then there's just so many. I think we probably both draw from just an endless array
Oh, I'm sure.
of musicians.
Yeah, I never, when I was a kid, I never imagined that I would be on stage playing music. I was fairly shy about that. I wouldn't, sing in front of anyone or anything
Really?
like that. I didn't get the opportunity to play music or anything when I was a kid. I had a little bit of piano lessons, but I didn't grow up in a music culture when I was a kid, but I always wrote poetry. Poetry was my thing. It was very personal. I would never share it, with anyone. Besides, I had one close friend that I shared with, but I was very, very secretive about my writing. It was just so personal, and a couple of times these poems came out with little melodies, and they came out more like a song, and I would just kind of sing them to myself, but never even thought to sing them to someone else. And then in 2002-ish, I guess, I lived in China, and I worked for a school. I was a teacher, and one day my boss, my headmaster of my school, forced me to sing in front of these people who we were at a meeting with these he used to take me to these banquets with Communist Party members who he was like trying to get funding from, and he stood up one day and dinged his glass and said, "And now my American songbird is going to sing for you a song from America." I was like, I don't sing oh my gosh. But I had to do it. It was my job. I was on the line. I had to do it. So I stood up and I sang, I believe it was a Patsy Cline song.
Oh, really?
I don't remember exactly what it was. It might have been Walking After Midnight or something like that. It was a song that I felt like was from America. It was like American music. It was some honky tonk for sure. Or like a Hank Senior.
I have a friend who karaoke's Walking After Midnight all the time.
I used to sing that to myself walking around. And so I sang, and I guess it went over well, and he kept making me do it.
Oh, well, good. Thanks for him then.
Exactly. I mean, if I hadn't been forced, I would have never done this. And then I started, it went so well, and they were just so interested in hearing me sing in English. It wasn't that I was doing it well. That I started using it in my classroom on my kids to reward them for good behavior, to teach them things about the language. And I sometimes would slip in something that I wrote and not tell them. I just go, "This is a song from America," And they didn't quite understand all of it, and so it was kind of safe.
Right.
But that was my first audience. That was in China, and I even sang on the radio once.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Very cool.
I had a Chinese song that I had written that I sang, and I decided, if and when I get back to the U.S., maybe I'll try singing for people here.
I'm glad you did.
And that's why that'll end by the time, 2004, I was back in the U.S., just learning guitar and playing in coffee shops. And that's how all this started. And then the band formed after that. But it wasn't something that I ever imagined would happen or had aspirations of being a rock star. I thought I might be a teacher or something. And,
Okay.
yeah, it just sort of happened. I was a late bloomer, really, in that way. I didn't grow up with music like he did. I grew up writing poetry, but just for myself, not ever for performance. I never would have thought of it in my whole life. It was too personal. And then I realized, sharing my poetry with people is something that was very therapeutic for me, and for some people also who were hearing it. I don't know. It just happened that way. I was kind of thrust into it.
I'm glad that you were. Really am, and there's a lot of other people who are too. So,
oh gosh.
Thank goodness for pushy teachers.
You saying that means a lot. Thank you.
I know we're almost out of time, so real quick, what's next for you guys?
It's all right. We're doing an interview. Come in there, Billy. This is Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Stage tech, Billy.
What's next? So we're still kind of in the thick of just releasing this new album and doing our headlining tour that we're just kind of thinking about right now. We have lots of music that's already finished, that's already recorded. That
So Committed will be
Got a whole
not
other
far
album
behind.
we're thinking about.
Well,
we've got. It probably won't be called Committed. I think Committed was a single.
we just decided to make that a single. And
Oh, okay.
This next one we have a fresh thing going for. We've written some new songs for it too.
Yeah,
So
cool.
So we have many songs that are recorded or
Yeah.
in the process of being recorded, and
They're-
they have not been released yet.
And
That
they're
means it
talking
won't be
about-
long.
They're talking about another tour for late summer, but
Okay.
you know that's not sealed down yet. But you might hear some about that.
Okay.
We have more talks about it.
All right,
But,
one
you
last
know-
one then. One last parting thought. Any message for the fans? Anything that we should be looking for tonight? Any kind of specials? Little something in the show?
Please
Specials.
come see us on tour. You know, we love meeting our fans after the show at the merch table. Right after our set, we go straight to the merch table to meet fans, and we love doing that. We have like a VIP
we always-
thing that we do after the meet and greet, but we
Yeah.
will meet every single fan. You know, sign whatever you got, pictures. We love it. We just want to shake your hand.
I had to laugh last year when you were here with Mushroom Head. As your set ended, you exited the stage from the front and just kind of walked backwards through the crowd doing a come hither thing and led them like the Pied Piper right back to the merch booth. And everybody there followed her too, boy.
I love that, man. I really, that's part of the fun of playing shows is getting to meet all those fans. So I really do try to drag them over and do that.
You were very persuasive and they followed right in line.
Hopefully tonight is the same, you know.
Okay.
Well, the merch table and the stage are pretty much like right next to each other, so all you have to do is kind of leap. And then
Yeah,
they
just
turn
a
around.
little
Everybody
nudge.
can just turn around and they'll
I'll
be at the
just
merch
jump
table.
from the stage to the table, Surfing USA. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time with us.
Yeah.
Everybody, make sure you go out and you get the Witches album, get the
Thank
back
you.
catalog, get
Yes.
everything.
If you could put the link on there for them to get the Witches album, that'd be cool. There's iTunes.
Okay, oh yeah, we can do that.
Thank you. Yes.
Not a problem.
Stand by, I'll appreciate that.
Not a problem.
So-
Yeah, everybody, buy everything.
Aw.
Buy it all.
Yes, everything that you can buy. In the meantime, tune into the Front Row Report at the website or on Facebook. You can like us, follow us on Twitter. Until next time, this is Eric Hunker saying goodbye.